Welcome back to another episode. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Formcast, episode 61. We're getting closer to that 100 episodes of the podcast. A lot of new listeners lately, so thank you so much for that. Thank you for downloading the podcast. As always, thank you so much for subscribing on YouTube to watch all the episodes. Again, they do get deleted off Spotify and Apple Podcast eventually after a couple months, because your boy ain't paying for that premium stuff. Either way, thanks so much for the love. I appreciate it. Today is March 4th, and according to Twitch, is the day that I hit Twitch Partner. Well, it's true, because I'm pretty sure I got the email on the 4th, but I didn't notice it until the 5th of March, and that's the day I cried. So I'm going to be celebrating that tomorrow, but it brings around the memories, the roller coaster that is the streaming world, and the absolute gratefulness and just blessed feeling that I have to even have a check mark on the platform and really working our way back to hitting the numbers where I think I should be in order to get recognition as a partner. That being said, tomorrow's going to be a party. And while you listen to this the day after, we'll hopefully have some stories to tell from the Twitch Partner anniversary tomorrow night, which will be the 5th of March. And it brings up a whole lot of topics to talk about on this episode. First being yesterday, and talking about Twitch Partner numbers and all that kind of stuff. Yesterday, last night, Scary Sunday night. Yes, every Sunday we play scary games. Why? I don't know. Everyone seems to enjoy me literally shitting my pants. And as a 34-year-old, I just have to be okay with that. Here's the thing. Yesterday, I played Slender: The Arrival. Now, this game is older, but it's been redone, Unreal Engine 5, all that kind of stuff. It was gifted to me by a community member who is, a developer of horror games. Go figure. And knows exactly how much I hate playing horror games. Well, here we are playing Slender last night. We were also doing a little giveaway of some Steam games, so that was fun as well. Brought in a few new people, as always. With that being said, we reached some 70s in terms of viewer count with no raids whatsoever, and that's an absolute huge blessing. That's something that is very difficult to achieve, especially on such a big platform like Twitch, and especially since COVID isn't a thing anymore, personally speaking. But when I started and at the peak of my viewership and stuff like that, we were mid-COVID, where everybody was stuck at home and no one was working. And if you were working, you were barely working from home. And that being said, you had nowhere to go. So, hey, we took it for what it was. So now, to be able to go back to that kind of viewership is really, really humbling. And it was very, very, very awesome to see and to feel. With that being said, Slender is a crazy... I honestly don't play it if you are scared of something that's in horror games or horror films or something like that, because I started playing standing up and I ended up at the back of the room at some point, and that was pretty crazy. And of course, the chat really just loves to see you torture, so there's scare jump alert blurps and scare sounds and all this kind of stuff. Then they made me play in the dark, and I felt like a little child being, tortured by his older brother or something like that, which I don't have one, but I feel like that's what it would feel like. With that being said, coming around into Twitch Partner and what are we going to do tomorrow to celebrate and all these things, lately we've continued this turn of content from first-person shooters such as Valorant and Call of Duty and all this stuff into driving and into sim games and into some different type of games where making content from that, using, I guess, my personality and just how it comes out and everything like that, and just having a whole lot more fun on stream has been a true blessing. With that being said, same member who gifted me Slender also gifted me Helldivers 2, which apparently is taking everyone by storm, and I feel like that's a pun without intention, but pretty much it's Starship Troopers, which was a movie back in, I'm pretty sure, the 90s that I absolutely love to watch. It was an amazing movie and still is an amazing movie. Low quality budget effects, but hey, we fought and we did our part, as they say in the movie. But that being said, it brings this whole thing of like even more different things to do. And I was always this person who said, like, stick to the similar things. FPS shooters, stick to, that, and, go out of it a little bit, but stick to that, stick to what you know, stick to that. But I was just not happy, as we've mentioned in previous episodes. And now we're just like absolutely happy. We did Community Convoy on American Truck Sim on Saturday morning. We're doing our scary games on Sunday. Now I've got Formula One to also play around with. And I played that offline, and we're going to play a little bit on stream. We got Helldivers. We have to finish Dying Light and get into Dying Light 2 for a story game, you know? And it's kind of crazy because most times when I'm doing these types of games, people are experiencing and sharing the experience of being able to chat a lot more, being able to relax a little bit more, being able to interact a lot more, such as driving down, you know, delivering your loads on American Truck Sim or Euro Truck Sim, convoy or not, but you're just driving on the highway, just chatting like you would be in a vehicle right beside each other in the passenger seat, having a conversation about random things. And it keeps the chat flowing the entire stream. And I'm sorry, but if you have a chat flowing for 3 to 4 hours straight, you are absolutely blessed and lucky, because it doesn't happen often. And those quiet moments in streams are the ones that are really, really difficult for streamers to capitalize on and turn around, and also not to get down about them either. So I've been truly blessed with that, and we're just kind of rolling on that. So we got F1, Formula One racing coming up. Obviously, the F1 season just started last weekend. Today's Monday, so I mean, just the past Saturday was the first race of the season, the 2024 season, right? F1 24, instead of coming out later in the season, is actually coming out in May, from what I've heard. So we'll be able to get into that and all that, and it's really setting up the idea of Formula One Fridays, you know, the weekend race. Let's play that on the Friday, something like that. Let's do things that we could even play co-op, apparently, on the same team or against each other in a series, in a career, in a season. And I think that's just really cool. It opens up the world. On top of this, we still have the idea of Grand Theft Auto RP roleplay. This is something that you get into, you have a character and you act like the character, and you really have to invest your time, invest your energy into that character and develop the story in a GTA city. When the heck do I do that? You know, there's so many things happening right now in terms of where I could go with my content. It's a little overwhelming and causes some anxiety. What's really, really been fun, though, is that everyone's been super supportive and says, hey, whatever you're doing, like, I'm going to come and show up. I show up for the game. And some people have expressed, like, you know, when you play American Truck Sim, it's not really my thing. It's a little too slow for me, which is fine, because they still come around on other times. And not everyone's going to show up every single stream, right? Some people do, some people don't. And that's fine. But it's just crazy that tomorrow marks 2 years I hit Twitch Partner. So many things, personal and professional, have happened since then, and I think like to think that we're growing personally and professionally as we go. We've been making so many new friends. People that were not even there 6 months ago are very, very, very active and very huge parts of this community now. It's absolutely crazy. So, needless to say, tomorrow marks 2 years as a Twitch Partner, and I think, for a long time, I felt like I didn't really deserve the check mark. It's the same thing on Kick, you know. For some reason, we were streaming there solely on Kick. Everyone had nowhere else to watch, so they would come in and support on there. But now that we're multi-streaming, it's not the biggest thing over there, right? With that being said, we still got check marked, right? So it is what it is. But at the end of the day, it's really fun to see that no matter where we go, and take this for life as well, but no matter where you go, if you're surrounded with the right people, and some of those right people are for that moment, and some of them are there for the long haul, some of them disappear, all these kinds of things. If you're surrounded with the right people in life, whether it's a business endeavor, educational endeavor, a relationship, bettering yourself mentally, bettering yourself physically, whatever it is, if you're surrounded with the right people, everything seems to be that much easier. It is so much easier to get up in the morning and feel motivated if you've got friends, you've got coworkers, you've got family that are saying, hey, you got this today. And that little message can go a long way. So I encourage you today, right now, right this second, if you're listening to this, think of someone. Think of someone that has been pushing. Think of someone that has been struggling, perhaps, and just say, hey, you've got this. Because when you hear those words, you've got this, you all of a sudden feel like, maybe I do. Maybe I really do. And you start convincing yourself So that person that you're maybe going to say this to, they're going to appreciate it. I know I do when I hear it. With that being said, listen, the past week, not a whole lot has happened, but we're still going to the gym. We still eating good. It's 14 degrees today on March 4th. I'm pretty sure it's going to snow again and we're going to go back to winter really quick. But that being said, later this month, we go to Florida. I'm going to Florida for a little family getaway. Not going to try and work too much, but you know me, it was hard to take some days off. But a lot happening near the end of the month. We got giveaways coming up. We got a lot of fun things. And I think it's really important, like I said, to believe in yourself and realize that time does fly by. I did not know it was 2 years. I thought it was in May for some reason. March and May, pretty close together, I guess. But I've been a Twitch partner for 2 years. I'll be streaming for 4 years in June. I'll be doing this full time for 2 years in July. Absolutely, time flies by. So take this moment, relish in the moment, smile, look out the window, realize that life's good, realize that everything's going to be okay, and realize that you've got this. Thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate you guys. We'll catch you next episode. Cheers.